Hello everyone, Relgan here to show you a CVT between me and Schnitzel, top 16 NA GM Terran. This time I'm going to show you some play with the new Swarmhost. It's not going to be something special or anything. I will just show how I use the new Swarmhost against Terran, especially MECH. I start with my standard pool, hatchery, then gas opener to go for 3 roaches. On his side of things we see the standard gas, barracks into Reaper and then most likely Marines. Then my overlord into scout and this overlord will spot the Reaper. Pretty standard stuff so far for me and him. He's getting his CC, I'm getting my roach warren, and I have now 3 drones in gas and I will get 2 additional queens. Now I make some misplays with these links by not paying attention and losing them sadly. I built 2 additional queens for injecting while this one will spread creep. Damaging his Reaper a little bit, always good. Now my 3 roaches are hatched and ready to take on his Reapers. He mismicros here and loses the Reaper, so he takes a lot of damage early on. Then he's building bunkers as a response, we also see that very often. And the 3 roaches will do some damage. But as always, the 3 roaches are just a transitional play to get my lair up, to get my natural up, and to get 2 fully saturated bases while being completely safe against any and all pressure. So you can see my lair finished. I built 2 additional gases. I'm getting a spire pretty soon. Where is it? There it is. Got my overlords in position. I killed these rocks so he cannot simply walk across the map but has to do some fancy stuff. At home he's getting a Banshee follow up. It's something a lot of Terrans do as well. They see the roaches so they think going Banshees is a smart decision. Sadly I spot the Banshee with my overlord and my queens are not in position yet, but here they come. I'm more of an overseer just to deal with the cloak and I'm now in a pretty good okay position. I put a spore crawler in each mineral line because even though I have queens and everything, you never know if it's actually enough. He saw my third base, so that means he probably wants to attack. This is a timing. At home I built 2 Evo chambers to upgrade my roaches and swarm hosts, getting overlord speed to deal with the speed banshees, and my mutalisks are now here and ready to do some damage. He has only very few marines. I noticed that a little bit late, else I would have tried to do more damage. It's pretty secure in terms of turrets, could use another one here or here, but it's pretty okay. He has liberators, so they do a good job against the mutalisks. At home I fully droned up 3 bases before he even finished his first CC. That's also very good for me. Now he has a Tor. So what I can see here is a Hellbat Tor Liberator army with some Banshees, and that's kind of what I'm prepared to deal with. That's what I'm preparing to deal with. So to deal with the Banshees and Liberators, I'm getting a couple of Corruptors. I'm getting the armor upgrade so the Liberators do not kill my Corruptors too fast. And my Mutalisks continue to harass. I just try to kill SCVs and workers wherever I can. I don't really need my Mutalisks anymore. Here he does a lot of damage to them and takes out quite a few. Supply wise we're about even. I'm now beginning Swarmhost production. So if you look at things, I have a Roach Warren, Infestation Pit, 2 Evolution Chambers and a Spire. That's my production. And the core army is Roach, Corruptor, Swarmhost. That's the army composition I'm going for. Now here I'm using the Swarmhost fly-in ability to harass him, take out the factory, do some damage wherever I can. That one might burn down as well. Now he's going to repair it. And this, of course, means for him, yeah, it's time for me to attack. He has Swarmhost, so they just fired, so now it's time to attack. I take a pretty weak fight right here, and this is a dangerous position. He has a lot of force, so he can do a lot. He can do a lot of damage to my corruptors. If you look at the units tab, I have 6 right now, 14 roaches, 11 swarm hosts. He has 5 force, 14 hellbats, 4 liberators, 1 tank. The tank is at home, but the banshees are also here. That's why I need the corruptors to deal with the liberators and the banshees. On the ground, the goal for my swarm host is to kill the hellbats and then the force. So now we're going to see how this all turns out. I was not really... See, this is important. I did not fly in with my locusts over here directly on top of the hellbats, but I landed them over here. The reason for that is the hellbats would simply blow them all apart if the locusts landed directly on top of them with their AoE damage, and the force could also do AoE splash in the air. I don't want to deal with that. So now the swarmhosts come, and even though the liberators shoot at them, they do a lot of damage to the hellbats. I lost this space, but I already started that one, so I'm not too scared about that position either. Now I still have a lot of roaches, and his hellbat numbers are dwindling. If you look at the supply, I'm almost maxed out, and his liberators are also starting to get low. Production tab, I'm just producing mass roach right now. I go in with my swarm hosts, burrow them on top of his army, the locusts fly in, the corruptors clean out the sky, and the locusts take care of the rest. The banshee still remains. I do not have a... I lost my overseer. Kind of tough. But it just so happens. So that fight I won thanks to the locusts and roaches. I probably could have won it with pure roach as well, but I want to have some fun with the swarm hosts, that's why I play them. Over here is something I can only do with the swarm hosts again. Fly in the locusts, take out the starport, shoot away at the orbital, and it almost dies, and then the hellbats also take a lot of damage, so he has to repair that. I have a lot of creep spread over here, so I can move pretty freely. I have to clean the rocks so I can take advantage of that expansion. The swarm hosts come in again. Land! This time they didn't do too much damage, but just trying to harass with them. At home I'm getting the hive, I'm getting melee upgrades and links, so I can also add zerglings to my composition. The locusts come in again. They do so much damage to the Terran army. And the Terran died. So to quickly recap on how I got to this position. I started off with 3 roaches, did some damage over here. I followed it up with a super fast Slayer and a Spire to deal with his drops, or in this case banshees, and did some damage. He responded with 4 liberators around this area, so I then produced swarm hosts and rallied them over here, shot in his main, killed some factories. Then I cleaned up his push with Roach Corruptor and Roach Swarmhost and a lot of Corruptors to deal with the Liberators. And in the end, the Swarmhosts proved too much for him and he could not deal with them. I hope you guys liked this game, this little showcase of Swarmhosts. If you liked what you saw, feel free to subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!